And so as the president continues his jobs push, new polls show that he's facing the worst numbers of his presidency. 72% of Americans think the country is on the wrong track. That is the highest percentage since the president took office. Just 23% think the country is moving in the right direction. And 53% of Americans think the country is either headed for or already in another recession. Let's bring in our political panel now to discuss this. Kereakos Zuras, former advisor to President George W. Bush, and Ryan Clayton, Democratic campaign consultant and founder of 100proofpolitics.com. Thanks for joining us both. Let's get right to this. Is this country on the right track with what President Obama is suggesting or with what the Republicans are suggesting?
Well, three-fourths of Americans support taking federal funds and putting teachers, firefighters, and cops back to work. So I'd say the president is definitely on the right track with what he's doing right now. It's what we need to be focused on for the last few months because this unemployment crisis has just been growing while the Republicans keep us focused on deficits and debts and social issues and presidential campaigns and all this. What we need now is leaders in America that are going to put politics aside and put Americans back to work. But unfortunately, the Republicans, especially in the House, think that hurting President Obama is more important than putting Americans back to work.
Kereakos, what do you say about that?
I think that's a very slanted opinion, but because, look, President Obama is hurting himself, okay? We've got 9.1 unemployment. He spent $666 billion prior to this on job stimulus, not working. Our economy has collapsed. We've been downgraded. We're spending $1.5 trillion more than we take in. This isn't about politics. This is a simple economics math equation. You can't spend more than you take in, period. We need to get people back to work. Here's the solution. Reform the tax codes, lower the tax rates for citizens and corporations, give a green light to corporations and business in America that it's okay to start hiring without being afraid of what this administration is going to do next so they can invest in their company. And let's get America back to work. And also invite foreign companies to and other countries to invest and operate in America. We need to get people back to work. And as far as campaigning, who's campaigning? President Obama is spending a lot of money campaigning when he should be fixing his job issues. And we ought to appeal Obamacare. That's going to be the biggest burden on our economy moving forward, period.
Well, you bring up another topic as well, the health care situation. But again, getting back to the jobs creation, there are 14 million people who are listening to us talk, and they're saying, what do you do about the jobs? And they want something now. Can we afford to wait any longer? Ryan?
No, we can't afford to wait any longer. I mean, the Republican plan in the House would have cut 7 million jobs out of our economy. And the plan that President Obama is suggesting now is going to put 2 million jobs back into our economy. That's going to put customers in small businesses around the country with money in their pockets ready to spend it. That's what's going to grow the economy. What Kereakos is talking about is trickle-down economics, eliminating all regulation, eliminating all taxes for the rich. And that's a failed social experiment that they've tried for 30 to 40 years. What we need now is a demand-side solution.
All due respect, let me interject here that Americans are dissatisfied with both sides of the aisle. They're dissatisfied with the president. They're obviously dissatisfied with the Republicans and Congress in total. They just want people to do the right thing in Congress. They want to see some CPR, Congress performing responsibly. So, Kereakos, what has to be done in order to get the president and Congress on the same path of getting some jobs created?
Get some job created by lowering the corporate tax rates so people will invest back in the. Look, I'm in small business. I own small businesses. I employ a lot of people. I'm speaking to you from a position of uniqueness. I'm not talking theory or academics. I'm in it, okay? So here's the deal. Unless these things change, no one's going to hire anyone and people are going to stay unemployed. This is a very quick solution that'll put people back to work immediately. We need to give businesses a green light. It's not about Republican. It's not about Democrat. It's not about politics. It's about economics. It's a simple equation. Get people back to work. Start growing businesses in America that produce 50% of the American output and employ 7 out of 10 people, period. Call it what you want. We need to get people back to work.
And Ryan?
Well, what we call it is the American Jobs Act, and it's about choices. You know, do you want teachers or do you want tax cuts for the wealthy few? You know, do you want cops and firefighters or do you want lower taxes for corporations that already pay zero? You know, do you want to put unemployed veterans coming back home to work? Or do you want to keep on playing politics until the next election? You know, most Americans know what we need to do. It's time for the Republicans, especially in the House, to wake up or grow up, or both.
Right. Ryan Clayton and Kereakos Zuras, very passionate debate. I know that this debate will continue until jobs are created. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.